today I figured we'd do it on the hardcore one again, because it's been kind of fun doing the My Hardcore World thing here. Got a few more days left on the account for the PlayStation account, so that's pretty cool. Probably re-up that soon, because it's actually been a pretty nice thing, especially for only like 14 bucks. I can't complain. Gave me Cult of the Lamb. Days Gone By was aight. If you can afford it, the premium service is pretty good. Now, it's about my absence, y'all. I'm sorry for missing out with y'all yesterday. Goku knows why, but outside of Goku, I had some legal matters to deal with. By that, I don't mean anything too bad. I recently sold a property. By recently, hello, dear viewer. By recently, I mean like a couple months back. It was something to do with our family, so it was a complicated thing. I had to go to the courthouse, then to the lawyer, then to the bank, then to the courthouse, and to the lawyer, and it took a while. But that was why I wasn't here yesterday. On the bright side, I walked 18 miles and didn't die, y'all. I'm doing pretty good. But that news out of the way, and a sincere apology from me, because honestly, y'all, I do try to stream every single day, and yesterday will not be a pattern. We will be streaming every day if we can. We'll also try to give you some news from the Google as I go through this. We'll just take that as we can take it. And let's go check out that mine shaft if we got enough of the granite to get something cool going. Yeah, let's do that. That way we can come back up and maybe it'll be daylight by then. Alright. And for the background noise today, my favorite former comedian, I guess, now pure political streamer, Jessic. I never get this man's name right, y'all. I am always giving this man the wrong name. I am terribly sorry again. It is Reese Waters. Jimmy Kimball suspended for Charlie Kirk joke he never told. Hope y'all can hear it pretty good.
Jimmy Kimmel's suspension after he's already absurdly floated out RICO cases on protesters. Yes, at a restaurant. He already gave the game away. This is like your partner admitting that y'all bent the cards and you trying to make a case about how amazing your memory is. He already gave.
For my fellow white folks that ain't played spades that much, hello Goku, how you doing? But for my friends that don't play spades that much, bending the cards is something you do when you're playing a competitive card game called spades. Well, you shouldn't do it. It is cheating and will get your ass beat if you hit the wrong table. But what you would do is say bend the cards that would give you the points that you want. But that's what he's referencing there. Aw, well, that's fine, I suppose.
Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. As a lot of you guys know.
Now here I thought you were done playing with the tiny-brained idiots. I mean, again, if you want to, man, you 25, it's up to you, brother. But, like I said, I don't fuck with people that are fascists. Like G.I. Robot said, only good Nazi's a dead Nazi. Can I kill Nazis yet, General? Quote from G.I. Robot, of course, from Creature Commandos.
Trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points.
He's an idiot. Also, 1 minute, let's pause this for a second. He's an idiot, plus let's add to it the fact that, you know, he drug a child on here on stream to try to dox and threaten me, so it's like, yeah, exactly. Sorry about that neck, Charlie. No, but as just, Reese motherfucking Waters, I'm getting his name right eventually. But as Reese Waters points out, I mean, Trump's still mourning him, like a small child mourns a goldfish. When asked about it, he pouted for a minute and then went, well, we're putting a ballroom in the White House, something they've wanted for over 100 years. There's the construction stuff there. And it's like, nobody wanted a ballroom in the White House. Who the fuck would need a ballroom in the White House? Y'all don't even do tours of the White House anymore. Who is the ballroom for? But it's an incredibly stupid country we live in. I mean, to make it worse, you know what they got rid of to put in their big dumb ballroom? Kennedy's wife's rose garden. I cannot remember her name. Exactly. I cannot remember her name off the top of my head because I try not to study our presidents that bad. But yeah, Kennedy's wife, who put in this huge, ornate, beautiful rose garden. Possibly a little bit jealous of the Queen, but that doesn't matter. It was pretty. And now it is no more. Stood for 50, 60 years? Gone. So that the worst people in our country can feel hubris about building the dumbest thing you could build with taxpayer dollars. Because again, y'all, what is this? The South of the 1800s? Who the fuck is... I haven't even heard the term balls outside of, you know, the common vernacular of balls used since the fucking AC/DC era. And they were using as a double entendre that they have the biggest balls. Kind of depends. My partner David, he hates them. Says they give him a funny feeling on his teeth and mouth. But I kind of like the mango, like the fruit. I think it's a fruit. I like that, but like mango flavoring I don't care for. And I can't really tell you why, other than maybe there's a slight difference in the chemical compound that I don't know, but my mouth can taste. I don't know. Oh, then, hell yeah, I would suggest, if it was me, try a little slice of it, just way it is natural first, and then maybe add a little bit of an ingredient to it. Because, like, for me, I like, the water flavor packets. Yeah. Well, you could actually make yourself some homemade mango rings with those if you wanted. All you gotta do is, if you have a freeze dryer, or if you have a freezer. What you'll want to do is take it, get you some rings cut out of it. By that I would suggest cutting it in half and then coring it. Goring it ain't going to do nothing good. And then basically cutting that into slices, and hell yeah, cut it into slices and stick it in your freezer. Give it a couple hours, and buddy, if you want down, you got to pull towards me because you about to pull my butthole out my head. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. That's my tiny dog, Shifu. But, like I said, then once they're frozen good and, like, solid, give them a hot second. Then put you something in there to help dehydrate them, like a flavored salt or something you would like, or a little bit of salt, a little bit of something flavored. And then just give them about, I'd say, depending on the strength of your freezer, 10, 20 minutes tops, and they'll be good to go. The reason you want to put the salt in there or something similar to it is because if you just freeze the mango, it's going to turn gooey when it thaws out. If you put something in there to help stabilize the fruit, it'll come out better. But like I said, at your own risk, give it a shot. Try it natural first, because you might just like it as it is. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel got fired for saying exactly what I just said here. Trump is mourning for Charlie Kirk like a toddler mourns for a goldfish. And for that, they have canceled his show and are now getting ready to do an hour-long sucking Charlie Kirk's dead dicks performance. I mean, not literally. That would be kind of hilarious and fucked up, wouldn't it? But no, it's in memoriam. I guess they've had their teams combing and editing the footage enough they might be able to find one clip of him not saying something horribly racist. Yeah. Oh man, the main problem that I'm having right now, and I guess we can get into it, is, yo dude, I did actually lose my job. Well, I'm probably going to lose my job. Teardrop, ripped for a job that was minimum wage. But here's what's kind of funny about it and kind of cool. One, I've already checked with the lawyer. Nothing much can be done. It was a private company. But what was funny was I took him to task. Because also, fuck that entire group, because they actually had old people. They sent 4 fuckers to come up there and try to intimidate my elderly lady manager. And I think that's what got me okay, because basically that pissed her off enough to where when corporate came in to say, well, son, I said the word Nazi. That was what ended up getting me fired. I used the word Nazi to describe Charlie Kirk. But I am not yet fired. I'm not yet fired. Here's what's funny. because I've been in the company for 4 years, I got to first finish my work week out. Then I'm going to have at least 2 to 3 weeks of paid leave because I've worked there 4 years and have not yet taken my vacation at all. So basically, the corporation's giving me my paid vacation, and I'm the one of the few Americans, y'all. Hold your head up high and be proud. I am a minimum wage worker whose boss gave him the 2 weeks notice. And so currently I'm dealing with legal matters as far as the house sale and getting enough money to float me. And I'm just, hiking around, having me a good old time. Got a little bit of cleanup done on my way into work. Like I said, I'm not happy as far as, I would have liked to have maintained my job there. But, I mean, dude, I'm actually quite popular now all of a sudden. Because cancel culture got me. So, in a way, thank you, jackasses. Because, yeah, that one, very fucked up that you fucking cunts decided to try to intimidate a little old lady at her place of business. Shows what kind of cowards they are. But number two, hey, y'all, put me down in the record books. I got 2 weeks notice from my boss. 2 weeks paid notice from my boss. Ain't that pretty badass worth writing home about? I think it is. Like I said, y'all, I didn't quite know how to say it, because like I'd asked corporate, am I allowed to talk about it? Well, we don't really want you to, but we can't stop you. And, I mean, we just don't really want them coming back here. And I'm like, oh, I get that, but you realize by kowtowing to me, they're not gonna change anything, right? In fact, saying this, I was a little bit nervous about, because I know his little brand of dipshit ilk might go up there and show their ass at the restaurant again. And if that happens, I truly hope that they actually take my advice and just straight up arrest them. You hardly would love to do it, and technically you go up screaming at a restaurant about an employee. That's not nice or smart. But yeah, that's just my country. A very, very dumb place to be. Yeah, but, oh yeah, in other news, when they pulled me into the office, the original thing was I had slandered the company's name, I had been wearing my work uniform while calling for political violence, I had been, they fed him all sorts of shit. And it was like, okay, I hear you, but you realize this is just internet trolls, right? So here's the real talk about it. And we started breaking it down. I got paid for 3 hours to basically watch my own fucking YouTube videos, which, kind of nightmare, admittedly, y'all. Why didn't anyone warn me what my voice sounds like? But, yeah. Basically, I got 2 new fans, because I got 2 coworkers who hadn't found me before this. And, well, I guess they're not coworkers anymore. Aww. But, I got 2 new fans, got to watch my own videos and get paid for it. Got 2 weeks notice before getting fired, so I got 2 weeks to find a job. And I got to call a corporate lady a cunt, because she called it on the phone, because they brought in the actual, managerial person, and I'm like, okay, well, show me where I had my work uniform. Well, I'm getting to it, show me, please. Okay, here it is. And it was the video where I was walking in, it was the first video where I was arguing with Old Glory. Don't know why chat didn't appear on screen. I need to figure out how to make that happen. But, yeah, basically, the light shined over, and, well, see, you're wearing a blue shirt. Yeah, so do most Walmart employees. That's not even a Martin shirt. I hate to tell you, that's from a fabric store called Michael's that sells art supplies and fabric. It just matched your color blue, and I needed extra shirts that I wasn't going to spend $20 for. Oh, well, give us a minute. And then they pulled up my videos from last week, just started pulling up my walking in videos, pulled up the one where I'm picking up trash and talking about nothing political, just, hey, y'all, we got to work together to make the world a better place, da-da-da-da-da, here's where we do this, here. And at that point, Donna just looks dead at her. He seems like a real good employee to me. He seems like he's a bit of a loudmouth online, bit of a smartass online. Maybe he shouldn't have been such a smartass online, but he seems like a good employee. Can't we keep him? Well, no, corporate says I gotta let him go. And yeah, that was kind of nice of you, but you use a lot of foul language. But yeah, basically, at the end of the day, they had to take off the uniform violation. They had to take away the I was spreading violent rhetoric, because it wasn't. I just call a spade a spade. And only good Nazi's a dead Nazi, today, tomorrow, and forever. And yeah, I'm one of the few people who can say I got a 2 weeks notice from my boss. So that should work out in everybody's favor. Give me just a moment. I gotta clear a path so David can get through. Whoop. Mind the cord. Shifu quit following David. Every time David goes to the kitchen, Shifu tries to follow him to get some extra food. But yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I mean, I'm kind of used to that being life in America. Test the system, and sometimes you get bit. I had way too much faith in America being, you know, freedom of speech land. Considering, remember, I am getting a lot of cool benefits, and by no means am I complaining, but I mean, if I had screamed obscenities at a small child on a playground, called him an insular and all that, I'd have $1 million from right-wing co-funding. But they're not racist, y'all. I promise they're not racist. No worries, brother. You enjoy yourself. I'm going to try to get my phone back over here. I also got a new chair. That lumbar support, y'all. What was that about? Oh, I didn't even know what I was missing. I might have to take the chair back if the farmer that I traded with don't like the trade. It was one of those, hey, this is a neat item. That chair's sitting on the side of the road. Well, if they got a problem with it, I'm sure they'll leave some kind of note. I mean, technically it was within 4 feet of the road, so I'm sure I'm good to just take it since it was technically road debris. But I would also, you know, y'all, if you can help it, never be a thief. Try to always get what's yours and what's honest. And yeah, that was the other thing that I had some trouble with yesterday outside of the walk in the 18 miles. I didn't really know how to fully, and like a mature adult dealing with this shit, explain this situation. And I had a feeling that that douchebag's little rancid rodent department would be trying to fuck around with us and chat. So I decided to forego all that until I could find a good way to say it all. And now that it's all said and done, got the paperwork in my folders, all that, we're alright, y'all. It's not gonna be easy, but when the fuck has life ever been easy for folks like us, huh? So, all the business of the day out the way, I get to join such wonderful ranks as Stewart and Jamie Kennedy, I suppose, and anyone else who's been canceled for saying the truth boldly. Outside of that, y'all, I would like to take this opportunity, as I always try to take the opportunity, to preach peace and reaching between the lines. Because, y'all, we're living in insane times, but they don't have to be this way. It really doesn't have to be this way at all. And it's up to us to make it better, because the government certainly isn't going to. They like it when the slaves are all in line. We gotta fight them the best way we can. Because, y'all, I also saw Pearl Mania covering it, but I'll cover it too, because why not? The prices around here have gone up so much, I've got towboat prices on land now. Because when it was like, $11 for a 12-pack of soda? Yeah, that sounds about like what a... Welcome back. Oh, no, you just said be right back. My bad. Thought I saw the screen move. Where my chair's currently sitting, my head takes up the bottom quarter. Welcome back, welcome back. But yeah, y'all, it's crazy out there. And tomorrow, once again, we must brave the wilderness. I gave myself a day. I gave myself 1 day after work today to just rest and let my poor fucked up legs heal. Because my God, y'all, 3 miles today, 18 miles yesterday. Aww. Well, who knows? Maybe he couldn't find it. That would require the ability to read enough to type into chat, and let's face it, that man is dumb as a box of hair. No worries, brother. I hope you're okay over there. You keep having to break away. would have sucked. That's a long drop, that is. Mighty long drop. And a mighty sudden stop. Now, how am I to do this? Well, I didn't want to do it this way, but there's always this possibility. And move my head just slightly. Chief, honey, please get out of David's way. Chief, move. Sorry about all the stuff in the way. In the hallway? Aw, damn it, Shifu. Yeah, kind of bob. I feel like I'm back in the game, the whole first-person shooter game from back in the arcade, where it actually measured where your weight was at on the step pad, to where when it wanted you to actually, you weren't dodging bullets, but it was like one of those cop games. So you were a Japanese detective running into various situations that I just don't think the Japanese detective agency would get. Excellent. I hope it's good food. Yeah, I'm sitting here because of where I try to keep the path clear for David, but my new chair is just a little bit taller than I had planned. So my head's just taking up the bottom quarter of the screen. That's not good. Your spit should be your friend and bodily lubricant for inside your body parts, not choking you. Maybe I'm gonna not do that. That was an inappropriate joke. Sorry, y'all. It's hot. It's hot here. But yeah, let's get back to the video real quick, because I did want to share it. He's pretty cool, Reese Waters, and he covers the subject really well. And if my fucking phone ever decides to work again, there we go. Damn it.
Flags at half staff, which got some criticism, but on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this. My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir? I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Ooh, now that sounds nice. I'm gonna probably have me some Korean barbecue ramen later tonight.
That's the wrong. That was it? Ain't no way. Ain't nothing. That was really it. In a stunning move, ABC announced Wednesday that it was taking Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air indefinitely.
Well, I also have some super awesome rare spam that's actually Korean barbecue flavored spam. So I'm really hoping it comes out real nice. And I even have a few dumplings left over from last week's payday. Not last week. You know what I'm trying to say, right? The payday before the one coming up. But yeah, y'all, just on a real subject though, it's like, to my fellow Americans, come on, y'all. We used to be a country of principles and pride, and that was like the one thing we had about us that was like special and awesome, is that we were the freedom eagle screech. Not actually an eagle screech, it was some other, I can't remember what they used for the eagle screech, but it was not an actual eagle, because most eagles sound like seagulls with laryngitis. But it's like, when did we go from the country of don't tread on me, I'll fuck you up, you can take it from my cold dead hands, to ooh, but you said Nazi. Nazi's a political term. Y'all, I fucking roasted that lady. Okay, well, let's take Kirk off the table, as the shooter already did. But, miss, if I were to describe Goebbels, or Hitler, or any of a certain type of party, what would I describe them then as, considering that I'm an entertainment/political channel and not a dipshit? Well, you could, well, you could call them fascists, I guess, but that's, no, because fascists are Nazi with spaghetti. Fascists are Italian. These were Germans, miss, so they were just straight up, may I say the word? Will it offend you if I say the word, miss? They were Nazis. And the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi, as my grandfather used to say quite vehemently. But then again, his daddy fought and almost died in World War II quite a few times. So, there's a reason that I hate Nazis, y'all. Maybe it's a little bit self-serving because, you know, family, but I come from a military background. If not for the ADHD and schizophrenia, undiagnosed schizophrenia, diagnosed ADHD, I would be in the military. Whether I like it or not, I'd just be in there because family ties. It was, hey, that's how we Croys and Mazes made our money in the day. It's like, but nah, now, that's it, y'all. I wish America would find her backbone again, because otherwise, if World War III happens, y'all, it's not going to be good for anybody. I mean, nobody. And I hate to say it, but y'all, America definitely ain't going to be coming out on top if we do World War III, America versus the world, because, who's on our side here? But we're going to go to war with the world with just Israel at our back? Oh, they're probably doing a victory lap thinking they cost me my job. Or they might be, you know, further terrorizing old people or children. Just whatever shit-heeled Nazi sympathizers and or Nazis do with their spare time. And the other beauty is getting a job the way I am right now, and with all this paperwork, now I've got a whole list of people to where when a corporation hires me and I'm in the interview process, I go, hey, by the way, I actually have the haters. So here's a list of people that might or might not try to harass your company. Do you want me? So when I go to file for unemployment, as I will be doing, that will make it very hard for my secondary job to take effect, which, woohoo, more years of, or at least a year of unemployment on top of my 2 weeks off. So, again, from the bottom of my heart, you sad, diabetic, fat fucker, because I know one of your listeners will catch this at some point. Thank you. Thank you, you stupid inbred son of a bitch. Because while you have lost me a job that I've kind of enjoyed, you have opened the doors to so many wonderful things. And what's hilarious is, you did it out of hatred, when all I wanted to do was just be a funny little internet guy. And now I get to do that, and get paid for it, at the moment at least. Not, by the way, y'all, for the record, I still plan on keeping this channel for you, by you, all that. Everything's going to be donation-based, and I'm going to start trying to set up my little roadside stand out here in front of the place to where I can, you know, start selling a little bit of folk art or something. I don't know. But we will make it, because we all survivors, as the Reba once said. Hey, y'all, that's why I tell y'all, don't drink the haterade. It might feel good, it might make you feel good about yourself for a minute, but there's always actual consequences to that, and one of those consequences will always be, you look like a fucking idiot when you're drinking the haterade. I mean, this dude got so fucking lit up that he actually got me a promotion. He got me fired, but got me a promotion, too. Let's check the staircase. Oh, yeah, that's a smooth staircase right there, friends. Hell yeah. I appreciate good architecture. Let's put up a little safety railing on it, and we'd be good to go. Let's see. Honestly, I came in here with the spite and salt. I didn't have much else to go with me, but I do want to make it a long stream, and honestly, guys, it's silly. Just silly people. And I like calling them silly because it, you know, upsets them more. And I appreciate your continued support, Goku Central, because honestly, outside of the, you know, the haters that super boosted my content and almost made me a creator this week, I need to get over to get there. you're like the main person on the channel, and I do appreciate the hell out of y'all for that. I need railings, so I need to get back up, then I can come back down to here. You know, my dude must have like the biggest calves on earth, because this would be a nightmare base. Oh, it's okay, just take the 400 flights of stairs down to the basement. You'll be good. Well, I would never want to interrupt anyone's sleep schedule. And the other downside, I did face one other bit of consequences. I'm doing air quotes with that because I don't have my camera set up. But I did face one other consequences. Y'all, unfortunately, I got a sunburn. Ooh, I might have the skin cancer. But it'll be a lesser form, and tomorrow, sunblock. Lesson learned. Oh no, getting to the bank yesterday was depressing because I thought I was going to be able to cash the check and all that, and it's like, no, you're going to have to open up an estate account, which we can do this from the check, but you need like, oh, I'll be alright, I promise, it's not skin cancer, it's just a bad sunburn, and it's got me feeling like, I've repeatedly possibly over-apologized, but it's like, I know that with my brain, when I'm on fire as I am right now, I tend to come off as a bit of a dick, and I tend to, like, say shit in mean ways. Oh, okay, cool. But I tend to say things in kind of dickish ways, but it's like, I'm really not trying to, it's just, my skin's literally on fire right now. I'll be alright, though. Like I said, it just... I'll take a little victory lap. I'm not being cocky. At least I hope I'm not. I'm not trying to be. It's just, you know, take the wins where you can get it. Oh, also, in kind of bad news, I was going to try out Helldivers because I had heard countless good things about it, and now, on a moral level, I'm really having trouble deciding if I'm gonna. Not because of, like, I've heard it's a good game. I am in no way judging anybody who plays it. But in the motif of the game, from what I've heard, you're basically space Nazis fighting bugs, and you're wearing the Nazism or the space fascism as a mask. You get to play. And that's fine. Games can do that. Starship Troopers is one of my favorite movies because I grasped the concept of it. I didn't mind Ender's Game, but that's again because it's very anti-fascist, set in a fascist utopia. Because, hate to tell everybody this, but that can't exist. Whenever you put fascists in a room together, yeah, at first they'll celebrate that there are no minorities, and then they immediately begin, well, they do what they say the left does, except so much worse, because the left might cancel you, but they kill you. But either way, the Starship Troopers, one of the big reasons that's a pretty cool franchise, and I ain't got no problems with it, is their lambasting fascism. And the creator of Starship Troopers made that very clear in all the interviews and all that. Whereas, and let's see if you can spot the difference here, the person who was designed and did Helldivers, well, I mean, I just thought people would have fun playing as Nazis. Don't be political about it. Jeez. Why y'all gotta make everything political? Well, now I will, because what do you mean I wanted you to have fun playing as Nazis? Because I'd be real with y'all, the only reason I could deal with that fucking German bitch in Call of Duty Zombies was because I knew his ass was going to get eaten at the end of it. Y'all, how can anyone condone fascism knowing that the end of it always leads to death and suffering on a huge scale? That's it, just bad form in my opinion. If you enjoy the game, by no means am I trying to knock somebody who enjoys it. I'm just saying, maybe pressure that creator a little bit to get a point. Either be for it so we can hate him, or be outright against it like the creator of Starship Troopers was. Because it is very much lambasting fascism. And fascism is very easy to lambast because, well, here's the thing about it. They're very, very dumb. They're very, very dumb because if a Jewish person comes up with the science, it doesn't matter if the science fits and works. A Jewish person came up with it, so no. If an Indian woman from the Middle East area or the Eastern area came up with a wonderful new design to help cardiac tissue beat better, Nazis would straight up ignore it because a white person didn't come up with it. That's why they're stupid. Because they think they're the only ones who have any intelligence, and in so doing, inbreed to the point of getting that, what was it? I don't remember the royal family's name, but there's a whole name for it. Because if you're, and it was mentioned in Creature Commandos, just sorta kinda. Looks like their gene pool's, you know, above ground and inflatable. Shallow, shallow genes. But yeah, y'all, that's just why fascism will always lose. Because whereas the left, we're a ever-changing group that adapts and goes where we need to go, fascism wants to kill everyone that isn't perfect for their society, meaning white, perfect mental stats, and what weirds me out is how much they say that, and yet how much of their people are just whiny little bitches. How many of them are just, oh no, it's a black person, I can't touch that now, ah! It's like, this is your superior race? This? Weak gains, brah. Weak gains. And I even got to take a little bit of a grandstand with the corporate people because, yeah, I did straight up tell them, you are the ones breaking the internet. Not mine specifically, but just the corporations speak. Because that's the reason, y'all. Hot take. The reason everybody's afraid to use the big bad words, suicide, murder, rape, incest, genocide, the reason people are afraid to use the big bad words, I'll remind you, I got fired, on the paperwork it says it, for calling Charlie Kirk a Nazi. Y'all, what the fuck? Like I said, I'm not bitching too much. 2 weeks paid vacation and all that. I ain't complaining. But, oh, welcome back, Goku. I was just covering why fascism's so dumb, but I'm sure you already knew those parts. It's because the scientists in fascism don't study science, they study their favorite nonsense. Exactly. Just my political opinion. I mean, is this really where we've come as a country? Where a man's life can be hurt for just a political opinion? Nah, I'm fucking around with you. But still. Hey, at least my political opinion didn't get me shot by the same people that supposedly worship me. Because, what was that the bullet said? Hey, fascist, catch? Now, what's wild is watching Kash Patel, like, flounder in court. Because here's the thing, y'all. One, bit of good news. Luigi Mangione, the person who killed Brian, whatever the fuck his name was, unimportant, he is now down for second-degree murder, and that is it. They've had to pull the capital stuff off the table. It's no longer going to be an act of terrorism. Luigi might spend some time in prison, but he'll probably get parole. And right now he's a fucking internet darling, so. In other news, Charlie Kirk's killer might get off scot-free because of the FBI. Now, let me explain. The FBI's lead, Kash Patel, has been going off hard that, well, he's not a right-winger, he's not a right-winger, he's not one of us, he's not one of... He was transformed by the trans ideology. It was the transes. Y'all, I don't know how to tell you this, but if I say that, if you say that, Goku, if just a dipshit like one of us says it, that doesn't fucking matter. If the head of the FBI says the evidence is leading us towards a trans shooter, well, son, now all his lawyer really has to do, and he'll probably do more than that, but all his lawyer really has to do is, sir, are you trans? No, sir. Have you ever been trans? No, sir. Ever been gender question? No, no, sir. I'm a straight cis white Trumper. Your Honor, the FBI said it was a trans shooter by trans identification and with all the trans bullshit. This man is a straight white Trump supporter. I'm resting my case right here. And because of Kash Patel, the man who constantly looks like somebody's murdered his family in front of him, the man looks terrified like all the time, but arguably he's the only brown person in Trump's cabinet, so I get it. But, yeah, it's like, he might have just given this case away. Also, the other side is just, don't be stupidly aggressive, because, of course, nobody's going to come forward and help testify if they know they're testifying to possibly kill themselves. Because they also couldn't just, oh, they're doing thoughts and prayers, but they're still seeking the death penalty for it. They're still doing their best to make it a capital case. And it's like, well, that's going to make it real hard for anyone who actually likes this little piece of shit. I'm not one of them. I disagree with him. But anyone who likes this person to, you know, come forward. Because, yeah, I might dislike him. Hell, y'all know, I'm on record. I dislike Old Glory. I think that fat diabetic fuck would be better off without him on YouTube. But, you know what? I don't want him to die. Real talk, like, for real, serious. I don't want the man to die. Life is sacred and precious. So, again, when you're telling people, like, you know, oh, wow, I really appreciate that, man. I hope it's giving you something good, or at least made you laugh a bit. I mean, I do my best, but I am very much still learning at all this. And yeah, exactly, you know, it's like I said, I hate that we've come to this place as a country, you know? I appreciate that very much. That lets me know that I'm doing my job right. But yeah, it's just, I mean, hot take. I am sad that Charlie Kirk was murdered. But it's real hard to be sad when everyone's trying to force me to be sad. Because sadness isn't something you can force. Much like if you try to force a fart, it'll turn into a shit. If you try to force sadness, it comes off as fake. And all you're going to do is piss off the people that are actually sad. And, like a good host, swinging right into that one. Hey, Candace Owens, the crazy black lady, Clandis Owens, Candace of the Clan, anti-Semitic, dinosaurs are gay and woke, Candace Owens. I'm willing to bet that's the one person who's actually mourning Charlie Kirk. Because seriously, listen to her talk. She is next to her. This was her friend. And beyond all that, hello, Manafe. And beyond all that, everyone else keeps showing these little collages of him and blathering on about how we need to be nice to him and shit. She's the only one who actually, and I did, y'all, she made me feel something for him. Because she's like, y'all, here's him and me going to this show. Here's him and me hanging out at the beach. And I'm just, oh my God, he was a person. I'm doing alright, Manefe. I hope you're doing alright. But yeah, everyone else I'm calling fake on they cared about Charlie Kirk like at all. But when it comes to Candace, or Clan, I'm going to be nice, I'm not even going to make fun of her name. Candace Owens genuinely is missing her friend, y'all. So let's genuinely give Candace Owens a little bit of a free pass in the next coming months, because it's going to be rough for her seeing her friend's murderer get off. It's like, real talk, just sad there. Let's see, what else I got a few news articles that I want to read, but I'm going to wait until we can watch some ores be smelted or something while I read the articles. It's nothing really like, I don't know, a couple of them made me go, well, what the fuck? Like, for example, our head of the CDC, or the health organization, one of the two, the one that sounds like a speaking spell, he wants to revamp American medical. He's removing screening from elementary schools and middle schools, which, y'all, I don't know how to tell you don't fucking do that. I wouldn't have the ADHD diagnosis without that. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, Goku, let me be clear. I'm not judging you. I don't judge anybody. Don't waste tears on a dead Nazi. But, real talk, with Old Glory being as upset as he is, it's like, you know. Oh, dude, caps lock just makes it to where I can actually see y'all sometimes, so I get it. I don't think you yet. Why are you yelling at me, Old Glory? I thought we were I get it. You ain't being hateful, I get it, and that's what's the important thing. But yeah, it's strange and stranger times, y'all. And if they, mark me, if they remove screenings from schools, it's not going to make people better. But if they were doing it for a good reason, that would be fine. If it was like, well, y'all, I'm going to try to do the voice, but it requires me to actually shake my vocal box. So give me just a second. Well, I think that by doing this with insurance companies marking down ways the way they do, it would make it to where it would be bad for the kids. If he thought that the insurance companies were like spying on your kids, I could see that then. But put something in place of the screening tests for like mental unwellness. Because what this is to do is to prevent the gay kid in class from taking his own life. The trans kid from thinking that they're a monster. The fucking autistic child from thinking that they're stupid. Because none of that. No, the autistic child is not stupid. The trans person is not a monster. And above all else, adults can take some of this shit in stride, but kids, we gotta give kids a chance, y'all. And when I was in school, it was one of these screenings that caught my ADHD, which gave me the ability, while I have not had medication or anything to help me, it gave me the ability to at least have a way to work around, you know? I could learn about ADHD effects and then get the little booklets on how to count to 10 when I'm angry. But instead of just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which would annoy me, I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. The slight break in the numbers, due to my brain being as it is, calms and soothes. But I would have never known that if I hadn't learned that fact when I was in elementary school and had the chance, well, middle school, and had the chance to start finding ways to work around my condition. But JFK's solution, RFK Jr.'s solution to this is, well, we need to pray more for them, and we need to bring prayer back into school. And we need for the parents to step in and help their kids with their mental problems. But it's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but being a queer child in the South, if I had brought up my mental problems to, say, my Uncle James, I would have been beaten bloody for being gay. Because that ain't shit that he put up with. If I had come out to my mother, she would have wept and said how she's never going to have grandkids. There was like my grandfather, I could have come out to him. And I could have probably come out to my grandmother. But that would not have been enough. That would not have given me a safe and healthy safety net. And by ripping away these screenings, by ripping away these things that have been proven time and time again to help children, the party of we're here to save your children is once again only hurting your children, y'all. I don't know if anyone here has children, for the record. I'm just saying, it's a disturbing pattern that we should do something together to try to prevent. I'm not sure what that something is, because clearly writing the politicians doesn't work. Otherwise, Kash Patel would have shut the fuck up and, you know, followed the letter of the law. Stop trying. And another part of this that I think other people have noticed better than me, check out Kayleen Conrad, the Jimmy Snow Show. There's lots of people that have actually noticed this and given you better breakdowns of it. But one, I think it's just the lunacy of that group, but I also think on a real level, it's their fragility. They're trying to make us weaker by taking out all the safety systems so that then we start to turn on each other. Because if you don't know that person over there is slightly autistic or on the spectrum or otherwise needs you to be a little bit more patient with them, you'll probably blow the fuck up on them for no fucking reason. And I'm just saying we need to keep the screenings is all. It's a dumb idea to get rid of them without a safety net in place. It's going to cost kids their lives, but then again, there was a Colorado school shooting the same day Kurt died, and I didn't learn about it until today because of all the bullshit I knew it happened, and y'all, I'm never happy to report a school shooting, but this time I'm a little bit happy to report to what I've heard, there were no casualties. There were injuries, so again, not good news, but at least no casualties. So there you go. I'm trying real hard not to cry as I report that bit, because it's just, Real talk, that's fucking tragic, y'all. When I was in school, we might have talked shit a lot. I might have toted an ass whooping or two, and we might have hurt each other. It was like once a year you'd hear about a school shooting. It would be nightmarish, and it'd be on the news, and nobody would shut up about it for months. Now, there's a school shooting every other week, it seems like, and just no one cares. No, I know people care. Let me be clear. I know you, Manefe, and you, Goku, and I care. We care. But as far as, like, people in power that could actually do something, nah. And I don't know what we could do to fix it. I might have to switch controllers here soon, y'all. If the mic goes dead and the controller dies, give me about 10 seconds and I'll get the other controller in. I've got it charged, it's just behind me. But yeah, I know we care, but I don't know how to make the masses care. Because I kind of think I might have seen what the problem was while I was walking my 18 miles yesterday. Everyone sees, but unless they can fix it by throwing $1 at it, they're not going to do anything. I mean, it's like, you got to sometimes put hands on a project. It was like the other day, I was trying to find a place to relieve myself because I was nowhere near a shop, and being broke AF a couple days before payday, it's not like I could run into the gas station, buy a soda, and then use their facilities. So I was looking for a private place, and I found a big-ass storm ditch area right next to a fairly fancy apartment complex. And after I landed in the little ditch, and I'm looking around because I want to make sure no cameras, that way I'm not, peeing on somebody's special flower garden place. I'm looking around to make sure there's no, like, playgrounds or little kids playing nearby, because, don't want to be nasty. And when I'm like, okay, coast is clear, everything done, damn, there's a lot of bottles down here. Damn it. So, I gathered as many of them as I could, and I just left them there in a trash bag that was there. When I go, welcome back, Goku. When I go back through again tomorrow, if I hit that same area, I'll likely... Got the app. Which app you get, friend? YouTube? Discord? Aw, crap, Discord. Goku, I completely forgot. It's that wolf guy with that capital T at the end of it, wolf guy. I am going to find you on Discord now, man. I did not mean to space on you. It's just a lot of shit been going on. Shit, I'm sorry about that, man. But I will try to find you tonight. The laptop's behind me. But yeah, it's hard times in the U.S., friends. Let me see. While we... That wolf guy. Well, I tried to find you under that, and Discord didn't have you. And I tried capitalizing that as well. And I tried capitalizing the T, the W, and the G. Like I said, I will try to find you, man. I'm doing my best. I'm just almost a boomer level of tech illiteracy. I would like to blame just my state and all that, but I blame being poor. I had Windows 98, I had Windows Millennium, I had Windows XP, and now I have a new computer. I did not upgrade between XP and what we have now, so can I tell you how lost I am most of the time? Okay. I will most certainly go check that out as soon as we get done with the stream. Like I said, y'all, I plan on this being a little bit of a longer stream to make up for yesterday. And also, I'm off tomorrow. Well, I guess I'm off for the next 2 weeks, huh? But I plan on doing my dailies again. Tomorrow we'll do a walk and talk, at least a little bit of one while I'm heading back from the bank. And... like I said, we're just going to do what we can as we go. Yeah, that's about long and short of it at the moment. I need to look over my stuff. I got a little bit of good news from the Navy, or it's either the Navy or the U.S. Armed Forces. I only glanced at the article in between prep work, but it's basically the very first... Yeah, for the most part I am tired, but what else is new? But, I was glancing over the article, and it gave me a little bit of a happiness in all this erasure of African history and whatnot, that as of yesterday, the very first black naval couple has been entered into the Navy Hall of Fame or the Air Force Hall of Fame for something. Like I said, I only glanced at the article, but they're a married couple, they're both black, they're both beautiful people, and I saw their wedding photo in the little blurb that I got. So, I mean, maybe check it out. I'd like to get more information to give y'all on that one, but it's a bit of good news from the Smithsonian. And like I said, I try to find the good with as much of the bad as we have, and sometimes it's a challenge. Another, don't know how good or bad it is, I guess, depending on how you feel about spiders, but the Joro spider, which last year was reported on like they were an invading force going to come for your kids, they've basically become so much of an invasive that now we're just accepting them begrudgingly. Oh, I don't blame you if you're not stuck here in it. Like I said, I keep, like, daily I get people saying, why don't you leave? It's like, I would love to, but I can't. I can't afford it. Oh yeah, they're beautiful spiders. I've shown pictures of them, though not the best quality, on stream a bunch for the shorts when I talk about my wild friends. What's cool about them is the males, well, like all spiders, the males are slightly smaller than the females, but the really cool thing is it's either the male or the female, one, not the other, specifically has a tiny little, almost Majora's Mask level skull on them. And I just think that's fucking cool. The one thing and they do a lot of good work for getting rid of mosquitoes, lanternflies, and a bunch of other stuff like that. Huh. Well, Spain's a very ethnically diverse place. And, yeah, it's really cool looking. And to make it, like, honestly, the only thing I complain about them for is they make me look like I'm a martial arts master when I'm having to walk through the tree lines. Because I guess as a byproduct of growing up on Japan, where the island has a lot of geothermal activity and whatnot, their webs are almost like fishing line. They're really, really strong. Like, sometimes, y'all, I'll walk through a web accidentally, which always sucks, and if it snaps, it'll, like, get caught in my beard or off my shoulder, well, my mustache, or off my shoulder, and it'll just string behind me. It's neat and weird. So normally, if it were like a woodsman spider or one of the ones that I've just begrudgingly, lovingly named the alternate black widow, the wood widow, they'll make a web, but when their web sticks to you, it's like when you walk into it, it just dissolves. But Joros, no, that web hangs out. And for the woodsman spiders, I can just walk with my staff out in front of me like I'm Gandalf getting ready to say, thou shalt not pass. But instead of, it doesn't break the web. It'll just push the web forward until it flips up over top of the staff. So when I walk through a Joro area, I've literally got to hand on one part of the staff, hand on the other part of the staff, and swing it. Oh no, he's hidden on my page, so unless he makes another account or messages me on like one of the other messaging services, the only word I got from him is that his followers basically harassed one of my former managers, Miss Donna, which is what got corporate's actual attention, was them being violent at the restaurant. So it's like, that's fucked up. Again, this is the civility side, right, y'all? I'm the grifter, but they're the ones going to go and harass an old woman at work until they get their way. Just saying. Like I said, the best way to treat people like that is just stick them in their own echo chamber. Honestly, if you've got the ability to use AI... it's okay. But yeah, it's, if you've got the ability, and it might be one of the only ethical uses of I would love to use AI to, like, create an Old Glory chatbot and then just whenever he pops into stream, turn it on and have it be the exact opposite of him, just to keep firing off his same innate point. Well, you're dumb. Well, no, you're dumb. No, and just see what happens. See if it's like two computers arguing with each other. Sadly, I can't like back up using AI, but still, I if I could, I would love to do that. But it's like, you know, y'all, the best thing you can do for folks like that is just ignore them. Because honestly, how is it Jetsia Dax said it in Deep Space Nine when she was on the Klingon ship with Worf and the others? And she was getting called out because she was Worf's, girlfriend, more or less. And she said, yes, but on this mission, I'm sleeping in a bed as alone as you, Toroff. Just unlike you, I'm doing it by choice. I mean, just truth be told, he ain't worth your time, man. And it ain't worth your exhaustion and stuff, you know? Welcome back, my Nefe. You remember, y'all, you always gotta look after yourself first, because if you don't do it, who will? I'll do my best, but I'm, you know, hundreds or possibly thousands of miles away. I care about y'all, so I'm asking you, eat healthy, drink water that's not contaminated, and do what you can to help out your mental health. Sometimes you just gotta break away from it all. Mostly, I just really would like for this channel to go back to being what it's supposed to be about, which is just like fun games, lambasting dumb politicians, and trying my very best to figure out the way to say the words right to make capitalists go, hey, maybe he has a point and we should stop doing the capitalism thing since it doesn't really benefit anyone. I guess that's not true. It does benefit the richest 1%, but... well, that's neat. Hello, 5 people. Feel free to shout it out. I know Manefe's one, and I see Goku's one. Feel free to talk in chat, y'all. I tend to just be a bit of a yapper. If you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, as long as they ain't too personal and prying. Remember, I'm being hunted by the Al-Qaeda, and they have already shown that they do not care to harass old women in order to get their way. So, not too personal, but I'll answer about any question you got. And I am happy to, like, if you think my ideas are dumb, I'll explain to you why I think they're not dumb, and we can do it in a way that's civil. You know, guys, I just genuinely, I want the world to be a better place, and while I might not have the ability to do dick about it myself right now, I'll do everything I can to help push it in that direction. Right now, I'm waiting for the sun to come up so that I can go get more wood. I cannot believe that I have not stockpiled any wood. But survey says I have not in fact stockpiled. Oh, I did. Haha, I still have wood. Got wood. My jokes are so immature, I really need to work on some of them. This is why I don't have the numbers of Jesse Wells or any of the other famous YouTubers. Let's see here now. Now that we got some wood and we got some planks, let's make some more sticks and go back below. Let's also make one of these. I need to make metal pants still. And the other thing I would beg to do, but I'm no longer going to be like as judgy about it, because y'all, I stand by, if every YouTuber started using proper language for things instead of editing ourselves for the corporations, they can't fire us all. But that being said, I do understand YouTubers like Kayleen Conrad, Hannah Reloaded, Hoots. If you're like a partner and you make money off of this site, I totally get you following the rules. I just... y'all, if you're gonna talk about the heavy shit like I talk about, at least have the decency to use the proper terminology for it. because nobody ever got graped or raped, you know? And if I'm just talking about it, like I'm just shooting the shit with y'all, yeah, then I might use a funny word for it. But if I'm talking about, like, I don't know, John Benet Ramsey getting murdered by possibly her brother, possibly a family member, possibly a random person. But if I'm covering that very disturbing and sad case, it's already a very disturbing and sad case. Saying murder or garrote isn't going to make it any less, you know? And in my opinion, my humble opinion, mind you, it makes it worse. Oh yeah, John Benet Ramsey happened. It was before my time, but it did happen. A rich little white girl, famous model at the time, and she was very little. Her family home, she was found murdered. A garrote wrapped around her neck. In her stomach, the last thing she had eaten was strawberries and cream, which is something she didn't particularly care for, but her brother really liked. Now, again, this is all allegedly because the John Benet family has been very sue-happy in recent years. Don't sue me, family. I can't afford that. And I'm not trying to badmouth the dead or accuse anybody. I'm just saying. Just saying. One dumbass on the internet, just saying. That her brother, who was likely jealous of her and jealous of her accomplishments and the fact that her parents loved her more, might have killed her over her being a little shit and eating his strawberries and cream. The thing that makes this case so bad, and so, if it weren't a dead little girl, it would be almost funny, is when her murder happened and she was just missing, not pronounced dead or found yet, they literally invited every motherfucker in the town over. I'm not kidding. The preacher, the chorus, the choir, every member of their church, their bread guy, their fucking milkman. They invited everyone over to look around the property and look through the house trying to find the missing girl. And I hear you, that it takes a village sometimes. But the guy in me that like one day wanted to be Batman or a detective says, hey, also, you know what I would do if I were to murder someone and want to get away with it? I'd really want as many people in that crime scene as I could get contaminating the shit out of it. Again, allegedly, I'm just a dumbass online. Please don't sue me, John Benet's family. I'm not trying to be mean about it. But that's just my extremely quick remembering of it. You can find more out at not Respected Ed. That one is Morbid, a true crime podcast. And honestly, I like Elena and the other lady that hosts that one. It's a cosmetic specialist who does like some of the Hollywood work with cosmetics, and it is a professional coroner who actually the two of them are aunt and niece, and they've got, like, when I stopped listening to them just because I took a break from true crime because it was too depressing, they had over 800 episodes. So they're really, and unlike me, they actually like sit down and take notes and like break it down step by step. Y'all, they are the gold standard. I'm just here to entertain you and make you giggle every now and again. Morbid, a true crime podcast. If you can take the dark stuff they talk about, they the real deal. Also, occasionally they do like ghost stories and listener tales, which I hate to tell you all this, but listener tales I find them entertaining. I'll listen to them because to me this is a young writer coming up with a really good IRL fanfic. But I don't really believe listener tales, mostly because I know what it is to really want to be seen. And while I grew out of that, I know a lot of people haven't. And I'm not judging people for that, by the way. Again, that's just a part of, like, I think so. I'm not going to tell you wrong. Let me Google that. I have too many news articles up on my phone right now. My poor phone is screaming at me. Let's see. Got the bar open. There we go. Mango. That's fine. Let me see a picture of one. Okay. According to Google and Wikipedia, and freshmangoes.net. It should be a little bit red and a lot of bit green, and the inside should be an almost caramely orange color. But yeah, you can eat one completely green. And apparently there's a whole meme and a clip art, and there's a bunch of stuff about mangoes. But you should be good to eat it according to Google. And I haven't had a fresh mango in a while. Well, if your side of it said no, I would definitely also take your side. But if it's not because it's overripe. If it's underripened, what you can do is just leave it in your windowsill for about a day, and it'll, well, probably no more than a day though, because if you leave it in the windowsill, it'll ripen up really good. That could just be that it hasn't ripened up yet. Like I said, I'm not positive of the mango thing. I just know that they should be a dual colored or a red color. The main thing is that the inside is a slightly pale orange, because that's the meat is what you're worried about more than the skin. That sounds like a good idea. Like I said, no more than a day though, or you'll end up with fine island hooch. Yay, we've got sunlight. Let's go see if we can harvest some wood and not die in the process. Also find a place to stash what we got. Okay, that'll be enough to get some wood. Yeah, I'd been got one too many times. Minute I get out of it, run. Well, I'm digging this. Like, I do enjoy playing on hardcore, but it also, like, it really does test your skills, and you gotta keep your head on a swivel when you're outside of your safe space. So yeah, I'm digging it. I'm hoping to add like a copper inlay for it. And there's that one little creeper spawning point somewhere around here that keeps happening. I don't know why. I don't care for that so much. Oh yeah, we got the best little thing we can get for this. That way we don't have to burn through as much wood. Or coal. Sweet. I hear him, I just don't see him yet. Oh, that one? We got blown up. Unless that's if it's our yeah, that one. That is our, that's our other one. That's our chill build server. It's still going good. We just haven't been on it in a minute. It took me a second, because I'm like, we got blown up so many fucking times. But the other one, I didn't do it on survival mode, so we've got some time with it. And I might just try to build a bridge out here leading down into that desert, because having glass would be mighty nice. But I need to build a secure way to go from here to there without getting got. The other thing, if you really want to, like, Baby's First Guide to Empathy, I would highly suggest, like, study the human brain, y'all. It's amazing we each get one of these awesome, broken, sometimes, toys. And it really is the seat of all of our consciousness. It's a little bit deep, I guess, but specifically, if you wanted to check out Robert Sapolsky's Behave, it's a good start to a compendium Or if you want to get a backstory, one of the first books he wrote was Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, which was it's not that much about zebras, a little bit, but mostly it's about human beings. And it's what got me I'm not going to call them skills, because I let Old Glory rage bait me, but it's where I got some of the skills to deal with that asshole that I got from. Hot tip, you want to know why zebras don't get ulcers? They don't live long enough. Humans are one of the longest lived species, and we get ulcers because our bodies are stressed. We're stressing our minds and bodies through things that other animals just don't deal with. Because think about it, why are you so stressed if your teacher looks at you and asks, well, what's this answer? I don't know. Why are you so scared? Why does it seem like you're getting chased by something that wants to kill you? It's just your teacher asking you a question. Right or wrong, worst that's going to happen is you look a little dumb or unprepared. But your brain is on the Serengeti and you're being chased by something deadly. And like I said, that's just one example. Your boss, because y'all, when I was sitting there, guys, I kind of need to leave early today so I can get to the lawyer on time. Oh, no, Trev, just stay for a little bit longer. And then the fucking corporate person came in, and it was instantly my brain's on that African Serengeti again, and I've just crossed paths with that lion. It's like, but y'all, good or bad, there was no danger here. It was just, inconvenience. But our brain, I think I can kill that one. Our brain does that, though. It puts everything under the field of what might be. And it builds the worst possible scenarios because, personally, I think on an evolutionary level, it helped us when we were out in the savannah. I keep using savannah. But when we were out in the wild, it helped us. Because if you hear rustling in the bushes and assume it's a tiger or a dingo and run away from it, well, it doesn't matter if it was a bird, a dingo, or what. You live to fight another day. But if you're the brave one, or the one that can't think of dangerous things, and just ignore the rustling, well, you might have gotten got. And when it comes to evolution, take out the idea that it's doing anything for a purpose. Evolution has one purpose, to continue to procreate. After you've procreated, that's all evolution cares about. It's not I would never use evolution as our morality compass. But I would use the knowledge of how our brains work as a good explanation as to why some people are assholes. And how to best deal with them. Which, in my opinion, most of the time the best way to deal with an asshole is to ignore them. I mean, don't ignore everybody, because if it's your friend and suddenly they're acting a bit off, well, that could be something other than that. But if it's just like, random internet troll, fuck them. Try to reach them, but if you can't, don't let them spoil your shine. Oh yeah, we are, and I'm very happy for it, y'all. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone who comes out to these streams. I don't know why I put that in there. I really appreciate all y'all that come out here and, support me. Because just by watching the stream, just by commenting, just by subscribing if you choose to do that, or whatever you choose to do, you are helping me immensely in getting this channel going. And I do promise not to be on that whole soapbox thing. But I do promise y'all, I'm not taking sponsorships. I'm never going to be on here and be like, buy my bone broth. Y'all, I respect y'all more than that. Now, if I find a product like James Gunn's Creature Commandos, I can highly recommend you check out that cartoon. And I can also say that, personally, it's kind of weird that he can't pick a lane with King Shark. But it's like, real. And I'm never going to be like, well, here's my coupon code. No, because that's just me making money off of you. I find my biggest, complaint about a lot of the YouTube streamers out here is that they are doing the whole grifty bits. They're trying to pretend to be your friend so long as you're willing to hit those buttons. And, yeah, don't get me wrong, y'all. If the time comes that, work is calling me in and I can't make it and it's my job or this stream, I might end up having to pick my job. But I also don't see that happening. Because, like I said, most places do what corporate did. Well, we gotta go, but they'll try to find a workaround, And I'm gonna have to run back inside soon, because the darkness is coming. I just ran from a cow. I ran from a cow. Everybody should mock me for that. I deserve mockery. Leather! Give me your leathers. And take my single piece of granite. Ooh, I want the meat too. Okay, enough fun and games. Let's get inside before we die. We've been for 45 days. We are still way off from the 180 days I can typically get up on a good game. I mean, y'all, if it happens and we die, I'll be sad just because this building is starting to look real good as a temple. But, I mean, we'll rebuild. If nothing else, it'll give us more of a chance to rebuild. And since it's nighttime now, let's swing on down here and build in some new stuff. Well, I heard the whoof, and was like, shit. And another thing about the whole being brave in the face of shit is like, I really like this one Native American creator, and I believe his name's C. Chet. One second, I've got him on the thing. So he did a special at Crash Course for the Native American History Month, and he's still doing the Native Studies classes on there. I really like him, but he does not only educational stuff, but a lot of comedy stuff. And of course, when he's cracking wise and shit, sometimes as the white person, I am the butt of said joke. And I don't want to be, like, well, let me rephrase that. I don't mind being the butt of a joke. I don't want to be taken out of, like, I don't know. No problem, brother. We'll see you here in a minute. But I don't want to, like, okay, for example, a lot of Native American culture, they call each other by unc, cousin, auntie. There's stuff like that, and I respect the hell out of that. I love that sort of stuff, and as a white person, I call a lot of people brah or bro. But when I kind of want to play and I want to get in there with the unks and the cousins, it's like, a part of me though is, but am I appropriating? And so, some guys, some weak guys, well, fuck them if I'm appropriating, they can just take the compliment. No, hey, y'all, as one of them pale faces here, y'all cool with me using this? Like, it's your stuff, and I don't want to take it from you. And believe it or not, most of the time, that is the best way to get to do what you want to do with that kind of culture, because just that. You're not coming at them and being, mine. It's, no, this is yours, and like with White Sage, if you say don't do it, I don't need a reason outside of just, it's your culture, you said no. That's the thing, y'all, is just most of the problems that we have as a society, come from people being embarrassed. And then instead of taking that and internalizing it and making better choices, they take it and they project their embarrassment or their anger or whatever have you. And yeah, I do it too. Everybody does it from time to time. Po bodies nerf it. But we still, part of naming and shaming the beast, you know, we got to work with ourselves a lot. I don't know. Well, that's no good. What'd you do? Too salty? Did you bite your tongue somehow? I hope you're okay, buddy. Well, that's good then. Well, that's good, but don't take advantage of it too much. You know, you will end up causing a real pain if you're not careful. Well, that is good. Oh shit, I forgot you're eating curry. That makes perfect sense then. That must be some fire-ass curry. But nah, y'all, like I said, I don't know how to push it. I want a more empathetic culture. I really do. And it's just, part of that is doing the deed. Getting out here every day and trying our best. It's like, I don't know. It makes me sad that just 4 short years ago, we were on our way back, you know? The economy was slowly recovering, jobs were coming back. Not great, I mean, not huge leaps and bounds, but we were getting there. It was a slow burn. And now, well, we need thoughts and prayers rather than medical science. Don't trust the experts. Anyone count? There we go, my microphone's back. Anyone count to 10? Did I make the count? Oh. No, I'm not eating curry. I hate curry noodles and normal breaded chicken. Okay. Well, as long as you're enjoying your meal, that's what matters, right? There's a little Chinese restaurant down the road from us, and honestly, as soon as that payday comes through, I'm taking David to the Korean place down the road next to him. But they've got a delicious curry. David's the only one who orders it for me because I don't like spicy that much, and it's much more sweet than spicy. And it's also it's very cute in my opinion when he orders for me because he knows what I like to eat. And y'all, I hope one day you get you a David. Honestly, I ain't trying to pressure him, but it's one of those I was like, dude, we should probably get married before they take that right away from us. Like, just go ahead and get it done. I don't know. I'm still an old romantic. I don't want to get married just because the government might take our rights away. I want us to have that special moment. That awe moment, you know? But outside of that, y'all, the other thing I can highly suggest is if you're ever going to go for an impromptu 18-mile hike, bring sunblock, bring water, and for fuck's sake, at least eat a banana when you're done, because I wish I had taken in more potassium yesterday. My muscles are so angry at me. We might be able to reach 200 comments, but if it happens, I'd be very happy for it. If it don't, it's cool too. Like I said, I'm still brand new at this. Honestly, my stream is doing so much better than I was ever expecting it to get to. And what's weird enough is, y'all, my numbers on the little YouTube, what you call it? YouTube Studio app, y'all, they're going off. I hope it tastes nice to you too. When it comes to fruit, it's just hard for me to recommend it because there's like one that I tried it just because of Kingdom Hearts. It was a star fruit. Looked absolutely nothing like in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you're good. But it's like it tasted absolutely nothing. It looked absolutely nothing like the thing in Kingdom Hearts. But it did taste really good. Like, the best way I could describe it would be like if someone made a Sprite jelly bean and then stretched it into a fruit. And it is quite very good, hydrating, full of good for you chemicals and stuff. Oh, and another good news. The passion fruit that's growing, I'm almost scared to say where it's growing at because of how delicate those plants are, but the passion fruit that's growing in front of 84 lumber, there are two pods on it now. So I just gotta wait patiently, fingers crossed, for them to get a little bit darker, because they need to get to, right now they're a lime green, and they sort of look like little limes. I need them to get to a nice deep hunter green. That way I can just, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've had passion fruit drinks, I've had passion fruit foods, but I've never actually I've never actually had like a passion fruit, other than the one that I harvested way too early and was a bad example of passion fruit. Way too tangy. Well, I will share some pictures of them, because I've been slowly collecting pictures as they grow. It's not my property, it's on 84 lumber, so it's like, while I'm not trespassing, I'm okay and all that, but I'm also, if they choose to mow that area, if somebody chooses to pluck it, ain't shit I can do about it other than, aw. I'm very happy for that. But yeah, the passion fruit's there, and it's rather pretty looking. The other thing, and the reason that I find it so phenomenal to think about, is passion fruit grows from a vine. You plant the seeds, the vine sprouts out, it starts to grow, knot around itself, all that, and go out. But after that, it'll take 4 years. 4 years. And then, after 4 years, it'll develop a very beautiful and ornate and very unique flower. Once a pollinator pollinates that flower, then this little bulbous thing will appear on it after a couple days. Oh yeah, it comes on a vine, sort of like grapes or anything else. And on this vine, this big-ass flower will pop out after 4 years. Once it gets pollinated, it will actually produce a fruit where that flower was at. The flower will drop off, the fruit will grow in, and then you'll have yourself a delicious passion fruit vine. After it blooms once, it'll usually bloom about once a year. But it's an annual, and it takes 4 years for that initial from plant to first blossom. So that's why when they like keep mowing down this thing, I'm like, oh my god. I would have never guessed dragon fruit tasted. I've never actually eaten the fruit. I've had the juice and whatnot, especially in like sobe. Yeah, I didn't like lychee. They had lychee at the Korean barbecue place. Lychee, leche. Yeah, the popsicles were alright though. They had these little frozen popsicles of them. They were alright. There we go. I was looking for that. Do I have any chests? I need to make some. More sticks. And then I'll do 2 chests, that way we got some more storage. I am not sure, but it is very fun to see you achieve your goals. Hey, I'm not gonna correct you doing something that's making you this happy, and it ain't really that hard to do, so hell yeah, go for it, man. It's sort of like, oh no, Hannah's streaming right now with a Tinfoil Thursday. I really, really want to watch that, but we'll watch it later, because right now she's live, and I wouldn't want to, like, take her content. Either way, she's live. And something like what I was making a reference to is in Hannah's content, one of her viewers, a pretty steady viewer named Nemesaur Coldfault, I want to say is the guy, but he has a view count of over 100,000 streams now, I want to say, where just every time she streamed, boom, he's there. He only and it would be a bigger stream count if he hadn't lost it once when, like, her power went out or something and she had to cancel the stream, so YouTube took the stream from her. See, now here's what's bad about Sister Krista, and this is what kind of upsets me about her, and it's not even her fault. It's not at all got to do with her outside of her name. My best friend from high school, my only actual friend from high school, Brett Craig, I shouldn't have doxed him online like that, but fuck it. But yeah, he had a sister named Krista, and it was the only reason that she kind of hurt my feelings a little was I was like, oh, Krista, you're here, that's so fucking cool. You're not the Krista I know, because the Krista I know also didn't like me at first, but now we're like getting acquainted. I don't know how to put it. We're not exactly bosom buddies, but if I threw a party and could actually afford to throw a party, she would show up with Brett and all them. Like I said, it was a weird little coinkydink. Also, I'm a little bit worried about Seros TV, because he's also going through some shit, because he posts a lot of stuff on YouTube, and he's another content creator on the lines of what I do, which is basically like free-form chat and stuff. And his boss also had a fun problem with the Charlie Kirk heads. Not our particular Kirk heads, but Charlie Kirk heads. And what's weird about it is his manager's been keeping their distance. All that goes to my head is, brother, they trying to find a way to fire you. I would take that as my 2 weeks notice, because right now the corporations want lemmings. They want good little bitches that'll do exactly what they want and not at all ever question anything they have to say. And I get it if you can't buck the system. I do get that. Not all of us have the luxury of, like, really, really good friends and roommates who will help cover us in our hard times. Don't you tempt me, Ender boy. I'm not trying to look at you. Damn Enderman. Oh, come on. Now he's not playing fair. The only reason I don't want to fight him is because I know I can't win. I would need better... Oh, no, I need better armor first, I think. Okay. Hey, you did it, man. Congratulations. Excellent work. Way to go. Honestly, I'm happy for it. You did, and you should be proud of your accomplishment. Why does the Enderman keep mean mugging me? I'm not trying to look at him. Why won't he just go away? Don't you have other blocks to move, Indy? Oh God, he looked at me. Ooh, he looked at me. He's just standing there, daring me to look him in the face. I feel like if I hit him, he's gonna attack me too. I feel like I'm gonna have to be like super careful right now. Still got 2 watchers outside of you, Goku. How's everybody doing today? If anyone out there would like to chat, we'd be happy to have you. Unless you're just here to hate watch me, in which case that's also cool, or you're just here to do the whole... I don't know what it's called, to be honest with you. But wherever you're here, I'm happy to have you here. If you're watching with hopes that I'll do something like dox myself or otherwise, you know, incriminate myself, not the one you're trying to mess with, because I'm pretty good at yapping. Oh, my booty. This chair has great lumbar support, but it's also kind of stiff. I might be having to switch to the other softer, broken-ass chair soon. My lower back will suffer, but my butt will feel better. Sort of like a church chair, honestly, y'all. A church or a picnic chair kind of thing. Pretty nice. I hope I didn't steal it from anybody, because technically, again, it was within 4 feet of the road, something like that. If I laid down on it, my feet would be on the road. So technically it was road debris when I recovered it. And I recover a lot of cool shit through road debris. I'm just sad I didn't get to make my little stone frog for my boss like I was going to do today. I ran out of time because I told y'all I was going to stream early, and I tried to, but I couldn't quite make it in time to do it early. And I do want to give y'all some more, like, artistic streams with, like, my actual, like, pictures, frame making, stones, sandings. And I got a whole bunch of wood I've been making into staffs here lately. And I had a thought, and I don't know. I think it'll still be pretty, just not, you know. I should probably explain my point. Okay. David gave me a bunch of copper wire that came with one of his jewelry kits, or jeweling kits. These not really going to use, so he had it as extra, and I was happy to have the extra things for my art project. I collect just random art things. Well, I got 2 spools of it, and my thought was I take a rock, I grind a pretty design in it, and then I take this copper inlay and just inlay it in with a bit of the whatever super green. Oh, no, I don't know. The hardest part about setting up a stream where I do rock grinding on stream is that I cannot have the mic. So, like, if I'm going to talk to you, I'd have to stop what I'm doing, then turn over to the laptop where it's at, pull the plastic or whatever I'm covering all the keys with, then plug in, talk to y'all, and go back to doing the thing. Which, again, I don't mind doing, but it's just, I know no one wants to be sitting there, even if I'm making pretty stuff, just hearing from the Dremel. Because, hell, I'm wearing earplugs when I'm doing the Dremeling most of the time, because I don't even want to hear it. But I would like to, like, do my shorts, because I find that I can do a lot of shorts that way. And block of raw copper is not cooking that way. And I've got a fun little thing soon. I found all my coloring book stashed, so I'm going to be cutting some of them up for the kids at the library, just that way when a kid goes in the library they can take a coloring book sheet with them. But for all the ones that I'm going to take, there's one that I've got that I'm going to do a coloring book thing for the stream. Shang Tsung's The Art of War. They made a coloring book of the art of war. So, like I did in high school, like I did in middle school, like I did in Job Corps, we're about to read The Art of War together, y'all. But unlike all of those times that I did it before, this time it'll be in coloring book form. So it should be fun. Let's also hope that some of the pictures with like skulls in it and whatnot doesn't get flagged by YouTube. The last time I did the catastrophe coloring book, which I like, it's a smart-ass cat book. Pictures of cats in little positions, and then they have little smart-ass phrases on them. Like, one of my favorite ones that my friend bought was, "Yes, of course I hear you," or "Of course I hear you. Don't you see me ignoring you?" And it had this adorable little Egyptian-style cat cleaning its paw. Well, I uploaded a bunch of little pictures of it back in the day to Shorts, but literally every single one got flagged for adult content, and I'm like, there's like 3 that say fuck. Most of them don't even have the big bomb in it. They're just like ass, shit. I don't understand the rules on YouTube all that much, I guess. I'm still trying to learn them. And it's weird to me that they flag that, but not like, I don't know, my walk and talks, where I specifically put them out to be not for children, and yet I have multiple times had literal kids pop up in my feed, and I'm just like, but how did you get here? Yeah, I mean, I don't expect anybody to see all of them. I put so many videos up like that, and I'm still trying to get the hang of, like, how to do the coloring to where it's not choppy, and it's, like, fluid, and I don't know, to where it's nicer. I'm still, I take a lot of pride in what I've actually done on here as far as the artwork goes, and I like to, you know, toot my own horn on that a tiny bit. Okay, that sounds like something that doesn't exist, but Josh Johnson's reporting on it. Has anyone heard of Car-Jitsu before? I'm hearing about it, and I like competitive sports. Right now, I was trying to think, high road or low road. Right now, he's probably just, you know, angrily reporting on me talking about Charlie Kirk again once, or trying to get one of the children in his chat to come visit him because he is oh so lonely on that farm with not but his chickens and 1 raccoon and dog. 2 dogs at least. Like I said, my biggest thing is just I don't get why he's so full of hate. But then when I went and looked on his page, because like I said, I'm a man of the people, I'm trying to always build like connection between everybody, but I go look on his page and I see stupid shit, like, oh, well, people in Africa refuse to use Mr. Beast's wells that he put in because they're white man technology. And what's this even mean, white man technology? It's a hole in the fucking ground of the fucking pump. Why the fuck can't you? I'm like, okay, one, really overdid it on the fuck, and I'm a fucking loving fucker guy, so you overdid it on the fuck there, friend. But outside of that, the reason why the African people where Mr. Beast put those wells in don't like the American wells is because they can't be maintained. Also, racist to do that, but it's like, also understand that on the African savannah, like savannah, electricity is spotty. So, again, it doesn't do them any good to install a well that requires an electric pump. for somebody who constantly wants racism to not get brought up and to not think about race, he certainly brings up race a lot when it's trying to defend white folk. That's all I'm saying. That's the only reason that I would consider him to be a bit racist. He's low-key racist. He's racist like a grandma would be, I guess, sometimes. But then other times, the mask just falls all the way the fuck off. I mean, y'all, we all make snafus sometimes. I have, at times, used the inappropriate word for the Roman or... I hate trying to find the proper word for it without saying the wrong word. The vagabond people of Eastern Europe. They're not the Romanians, but the not the Romanovs. Romani? They're the Romani people. Yes, the Romani people. It's like I've called them the G-slur plenty of times accidentally or during a ha-ha, I'm singing along to the Hunchback of Notre Dame, or I'm singing to some 1970s style song. More than once I've used the G-slur accidentally. But as soon as one of the Romani people were like, hey, that's fucked up, that's a slur, and I was, oh shit, nah, I'm sorry. Same as when corporate lady was like, well, I just don't like bad language. And I said, fuck in front of her, and I'm like, shit, sorry, it's not you, and I promise I'm not trying to be an ass. I'm just, you know, I'm a foul mouth. I thought she clutched pearls that weren't there when I called the fucking corporate lady a cunt. Because my exact words when I was talking about the whole, well, if I can't use the word Nazi, how am I supposed to use, like, if I talk about Goebbels on my political stream, or Hitler, or any of the other people of the German party of the 1930s? I'm not doing that. That's stupid. I'm not going to call them the German party of the 1930s. Because, one, it's also inaccurate. It wasn't all Nazis in Nazi Germany, y'all. There were other parties trying to fight the Nazis. They just often got killed by the Nazis. It's like, so calling it the German party in 1930s really dismisses and demeans all the freedom fighters, like Schindler, for example, who I've heard called a Nazi more than once a month. No, he wasn't. Dude spent literally his entire life, risked his life, smuggling people out of Europe to avoid them getting killed by the Nazis. He was the perfect example of a good German. But how am I supposed to talk about this? Well, I don't know, but that's your problem. You're a bit of a cunt, aren't you? Oh my God, the corporate lady clutched her pearls. But in my defense, the only reason I use that language is you have me talking to a telephone about my job. And while I might not, you know, oh, I'm a fry cook and proud. No, but I am proud of the work I do, regardless of what that work is. If I fry burgers, I'm proud that I'm frying burgers. I'm doing the best burger fry I can do. If I'm picking up trash, I'm picking up the best way I can. It doesn't matter what you do. Do it with the pride you deserve to have in a task well done. And don't let any asshole tell you that you shouldn't. Don't let anyone tell you should be embarrassed for the job you have unless you're an ICE officer. If you're an ICE officer, you should be embarrassed. Nobody likes you. Quit. That is an option, and the best option. Quit. Outside of that, don't be embarrassed of the job you do, folks, unless you're an ICE officer. Do whatever you can and be proud of what you do, because you're doing it. And as long as you're doing your best, well, that's pretty fucking cool, man. Like I said, y'all, I try my best to, I try to be uplifting, even though I constantly talk about dead Nazis and wanting to get rid of Nazis. I also do, care about the environment. I think every kid should be able to have food and shelter and feel safe. I think every body should be able to have food, shelter, and feel safe. I think if a medication is necessary for someone to be alive, like insulin or beta blockers or, you know, life-saving medication, it shouldn't be held behind a paywall, because what exactly are you saying to them then? And furthermore, I couldn't really justify it in a time when we had to do it in theory because the resources weren't there. But y'all, it's 2025. The resources are there in abundance. I mean, hell, if we would quit killing our best inventors and burning all the books on science, we might have Star Trek-style replicators by now. Because we get the concept of how the replicator works, it's just creating it now. A replicator takes matter that it's got pre-stored in itself in its most basic form, and then assembles it into the item you're wanting. If it's a sandwich, then it will assemble the molecules to make the grain to make the bread, and then it'll make the tomato by itself. We know how it works. The problem is we only know how it works through sci-fi jargon. Sort of like how in those old scientists era Star Trek, Kirk and God, I have not watched those old scientists, admittedly. I've seen clips and I've seen singular episodes. I've never watched the original Star Trek all the way through. But those old scientist era with the little flip compactors, y'all, that inspired the flip phone. It's just somewhere along the way in the world of Star Trek, we lost the freaking plot. And I'm really worried because, you know, we're looking a whole lot more like the Terranid Empire. And I don't want to be a Terran, damn it. I want us all to make it. Hell, even the people I don't like, I want them to eat, just not at my table. No, like I said, that's just the thing, you know? All jokes aside and all. I'm hearing a very rhythmic knocking. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm gonna let you listen to Josh Johnson's last bit on here, and I'll be right back. Give me just a second, go check on that knocking.
Just you. You gave us money. No, without the money, you.
That would be a terrible way to die. Getting choked out while porn plays in your car. Because that's in the police report.
I don't know, for some people that's the dream.
Yeah, true. Your family has to read that accident report.
But all right, this first field report comes from our field reporter, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks, Jonathan.
What up, y'all? It's Jonathan.
Okay, y'all, sorry about that terrible break. I heard a rhythmic knocking, and it was, in fact, David hammering a nail. I just wanted to make sure nobody was in trouble and all that. Yeah, that too. Well, y'all, I did promise you a long stream, and we're almost at the 2-hour mark. This has been the longest stream since Fuckhead's group invaded and tried to start arguments with us. I'm downright proud of us for being able to keep the stream positive and upbeat. Y'all, I promise the stream tomorrow will be better. I'm trying to take in a bunch of, like, stories and not all bad stories. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing a whole lot of walking again, so I'll probably be listening to my podcast and taking in the environment around me, so... Well, I don't mind roasting, folks, but, you know, I don't like... I don't know. The thing is, Old Glory is alive, so he could change. He could change tomorrow. And, like, be a better person. Every day that he wakes up alive, he has the chance to change. And I truly hope he seizes that opportunity and becomes a better person. But I'm also not holding my breath because I know that laziness and all that. The reason I can make fun of Charlie Kirk, even though, once again, gotta say it, top of the hour ad break time to say it, it is wrong that someone killed that Nazi. No one should murder anyone. Now that that's out of the way, he's dead now. There's no changing him. The last words out of his mouth were, well, does that include urban and ghetto statistics? The man died with shit on his mouth. Because the man couldn't go 5 minutes without putting shit in his mouth. And that's a fucking shame, y'all. I mean, that's the biggest disappointment to me, is at 20 whatever, exactly, I mean, imagine how you would feel if you never knew your dad, really, because you were like 3 or 4 when he died, and one of the videos you find of him is him saying, well, yeah, if somebody brutally raped my 12-year-old daughter, of course I'd make her carry the baby all the way to term. It's not the baby's fault that the father was a rapist. Charlie, you realize how fucking unhinged that is, right? Oh, like I said, y'all, I can't imagine. There's another one that the funny singing guitar Australian played on, where he literally says, well, my wife has a superpower. Like, my kid's crying, and she instantly runs over and hugs the kid and, like, talks to it, and the kid feels better. I mean, I don't even know how that works. Are you telling me that if your child was crying and scared, your response would be, here, have a cigar? What do you mean, Charlie? What the fuck does that even mean? Well, men aren't good at caretaking. Again, Charlie, speak for yourself. I took care of my dad through the ending part of his life. I took care of my mom as best I could. I did hospice for my great-grandmother and my grandmother. And last I checked, yep, I got a penis. I'm a dude. Not trans or nothing at all. I'm just a dude. And it's like, what's your answer to me, Charlie? I mean, I might not be the bestest person in the world, but I genuinely do try to make an effort to be empathetic to all people. And that's not because, oh, I'm a soy boy. No, it's because empathy is good. Because one day, you will need somebody to be nice to you. You will need empathy at some point in your life. And boy howdy, wouldn't it be swell if there was someone there to give you that empathy. Like I said, y'all, that's the long and short of it for me, is the whole, like, don't be like Charlie. Do better. Oh, yeah, he was a very unhinged person. But that's the thing. That's why it's blowing my mind when they're covering him in the media like he was some great speaker. He wasn't. He was an adult man who made a career of running around colleges trying to get gotchas on children. Not children, young adults, but you get my point. If he had been a speaker like Matt Dillahunty, I don't like Matt Dillahunty personally. I think he can be a bit cunty. But, oh, what did I say? I'm sorry if I said something unhinged. But it's like, Matt Dillahunty, I don't like him all that much. But at least his points are cohesive and not completely insane. I'm having a bit of a blank on what I said. That is it. About my... I'm lost, sorry Goku, one more time, and I will try to correct or explain myself. I do want to be understood. I was talking about how everybody should get to eat and how folks should take care of each other. For the record, the thing about the daughter, that was all on Charlie Kirk. I said, dude, I'm sorry if I was offensive. I didn't mean to be. Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, that was a bit. Okay, good. Long as everybody takes that as a joke. Yeah, the dick bit was a bit. Sorry. It takes me a minute, and yeah, dudes, sometimes my comedy's a little on the pervy side. Sorry about that. It's just, you know, it bugs me that all these dudes out here are all, oh, yeah, well, I'm manly. Dude, you want to know how to be manly? Be, like, sensitive. Take what a person's saying and try to be understood. Because you're not the biggest, I don't care how big you are. I don't care if I'm sitting next to Andre the Giant right now. Unless he's statistically the biggest man in the world, You ain't the biggest man in the world, and even the biggest man in the world will eventually need somebody to care about him. I mean, hell, the male loneliness epidemic being the way it is, it's like, I don't understand how anybody can, yeah, the male loneliness epidemic brought about by dudes being dicks to each other and to women. Well, maybe if we're more assholes to each other and even meaner and unhinged to women, it'll make it better, right? No, of course not. Treat women like women. Treat women like people that you want to get to know on a people level. Treat your fellow man like they matter, because we do, don't we, brothers and sisters? And it ain't got to be in Christ. We can just, brothers and sisters, we're all on Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it. It don't got to be woo-woo, but we can make it woo-woo. I said, if y'all ever want to clip any of my stuff, I have taken away the ability for non-channel members to be able to clip my stuff, just because I don't really want to be a lolcow, y'all. I do want to make you laugh, and I do want to entertain you. I don't want you to be someone that... I don't want to be someone that you're just laughing at, though, you know? I want to be deep enough to entertain you. We laugh, hopefully we learn a bit, and we all walk away just a little bit better. Me too. One second, I gotta slightly adjust that because I can't see the middle of the sentence. And this chat, I do not mean anything in a weird way at all. Oh, you good, dude? Like I said, okay. Like back on the Romani and the G slur thing, I didn't know I was slurring that entire time when I did it. So, if I say something off the wall or I say something that makes you go, wait a minute, do please correct me if I've done something or said something wrong, because I will happily take correction. That to me is the mark of a real man, is, hey, if you know a better way, let's do it the best way we know how for everybody. Oh, okay, cool. No worries. Like I said, y'all, just doing my best to be a good example and a good person on an otherwise overly messed up internet. Because honestly, now I see who the real enemy is. It's the corporations, it's the top one, because even while we're fighting each other, killing each other, angry as hell at each other, Jeff Bezos rented out an entire island in Italy. That's the level of rich that POS is. And I'm sorry, I've seen the level of human suffering not only in places like Gaza where a genocide is happening, but just like in California where folks can't get good enough water, in Flint, Michigan where they're drinking poisoned water and being expected to pay for it. Not literally like, well, yes, literally, lead in the water because their sewage and water system is out of date. It hasn't been replaced since the early 40s. With shit like that going on, and the level of rich billionaires we have, y'all, we've societally done something wrong. Back in the evil, like, oil baron rich people days, they would still do shit like build libraries, build fucking... They would build things, because otherwise, oh no, the peasants might uprise. But somewhere, I want to say in the mid-2000s, early late 90s, we need to worship the rich people. They're not evil. They got a lane. They got shit they know that we don't know. We need to be like them. No. Y'all, when I beg of you, find a way to where your comfort level is, and by that I don't mean live in one of these extreme, like, oh, I'm an extreme cheapskate. No, 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 no. Find what makes you happy. Find your things. And indulge when you can indulge responsibly. Otherwise, don't try to be... There's a song that has a sick beat and a dark meaning to me. I want to be a billionaire so fucking bad. Have all the things I'd never had. That song, I don't know the whole song, but it's such a... That was me singing, and I hope that I'm singing alright for you, Reapy. I thank you for commenting if you've been here the whole time. But I try to sing. I'm not very good at it most of the time. Hey, cool, you know who sings it then. Sweet. I knew it was a popular song back in the day. And like I said, sick beat, good song. I ain't gonna lie, I sway to it. Hell, I can sing it. But I disagree with the message. Unless I'm missing the message, which I could be. Maybe there's a little hidden thing in there that I'm missing. And maybe y'all can tell me in a non-roasty way if I, how bad was that singing? Because I have been actually trying. But like, doing the whole throat singing and trying to hit different... I have been trying to improve my singing, because eventually I would like to make that like a part of what I do. But I was also told by someone I love very much that I can't carry a tune in a bucket with a lid. So, I'm working on it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I will continue working, and I promise I'm not going to, like... There's not going to be a musical-only stream unless I actually get good. And if we're going to do a music-only stream, I need at least a proper mic. Something that's going to help cancel and pop out the noise. But like I said, y'all, I don't know what I'm doing on here. I just do what I can, and I hope I'm making a good difference. Because if I can just bring one person to the left, or one person to the center, or one person to off the right, then yeah, I've done my job for the day. Well, not quite. I'm from 1988. Oh, Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is from the early 2000s, I want to say. I could be wrong, though. No, we've got Google here. Why are we asking ourselves when we can get the answer? Let me find out where that noise is from. Okay. Now, I'm going to crack open the Google and see what I can find about Bruno Mars right quick. If YouTube ever closes. Oh good, my news apps are finally up. Okay, so here's a fun thing before I go looking about Bruno Mars, because I really wanted to show y'all this. It's a rare species that we thought was extinct. Hey, it's the kid from What's-His-Face's stream. How's he doing, bud? Hope you're doing okay. Let it right up right quick. It's from czn.org, Extinct No More. It's a rare bird, but it's taking forever to load because I have like 100 tabs open on my phone at the moment. So while we wait for that, and hopefully the phone don't shut itself off, let's throw some copper in and see what we can see around the base. Maybe kill us a zombie. Okay, dead zombie, and the page is loaded. So let me get back to that safety spot. Make sure my safe spot is actually safe. And then... Now, let me tell you about the cool news of the day, because this one's animal-based. Extinct No More, rare and beautiful bird rediscovered after 100 years without a sighting. This is... Oh, you gotta be fucking with me. This is an article by James Bond, no relation, I'm guessing, published on September 17th of 2025. The night parrot is one of Australia's most mysterious birds, and for a long time many people even doubted it still existed. It's small, green and yellow, and strictly nocturnal. It prefers to hide deep within dense desert grass, especially during the day. Spotting one is like finding a needle in a haystack, especially when that haystack is the vast wild interior of Australia. I promise English is my first language. Give me a moment. What's going on? Yeah. Okay. So, how do you protect it? 1 minute. We're getting that last sentence right. Spotting one is like finding a needle in a haystack, especially when that haystack is the vast wild interior of the Australian outback. So, how do you protect a bird that's almost never seen? I'm going to spell it first. Capital N G U R U R R P A country. On Guruppa country, a team of indigenous rangers and scientists decided to stop waiting around and start searching. Between 2020 and 2023, they launched a carefully planned project to figure out where the night parrot lives and what threatens it and what could be done to save it. Now, I will recommend that you go check out czn.org because there's a lot here. I'm not going to break into all of it because it has 12 chapters and we'll be here all day. But they have found a rare night bird. It still exists today. It is not dead, but it is very much endangered. And they found it by analyzing calls and using location data. Researchers estimate that there may be about 50 night parrots in this region. That might not sound like much, but for a species with only scattered confirmed populations across all of Australia, this is huge. I was hoping to avoid that county again. Might be one of the bird's most important strongholds, but a stronghold can still fall. One severe fire season or the wrong predator management decision could tip the balance. And this bird is beautiful. In the picture it shows, it's just a teeny tiny little songbird. Doesn't look very much like a parrot in my humble opinion, but, you know, not part of the naming department. And it's so cute. I love the idea of a little bird that just sings at night. He might be. Honestly, I'm appreciative for him hollering out, and let's be nice to the kid. He is a kid after all. I didn't think you were going to be mean, Goku. I yap about lots of things, but at the moment not particularly history. Right there I was yapping about the night bird. It's an Australian parrot that was borderline a cryptid creature. But thanks to indigenous scientists, they found a lot. If you check out the article, I already closed it out. If you check out the article I had mentioned, then and I might try to list it in the description later if I can figure out how to retroactively fix that. But the CZN article, yes, it is not indeed a school video, I agree, and I am not a teacher, but, you know, every day is a chance to learn more, and I am in continuous education. In Georgia, they put a paywall on that there fancy school stuff, so I gotta read to myself. It's not fun all the time. So I try to do some of the reading for you good folks where I can and when I can. Because intelligence, well, that's a beat we can all dance to, isn't it, friends? And also, for the record... Aw, thank you! And for the record, Reapy, I am in no way judging you. I understand people wanting to keep their games and their schools separate, you know? I get it. I'm not judging, not mocking. I get it. I just also, you know, I got my weird tics. Perhaps, not to mock anyone, and I'm not self-diagnosing because that's not smart to do, but perhaps I have a touch of the tism. Technically, ADHD is on the spectrum, I've heard, but, you know, I got special interests. One of them is World War II history at times, but mostly just war history overall. And one of them is mostly human interaction. What makes us do what we do, and why do we react to each other the way we react to each other? It's kind of why the Charlie Kirk thing keeps bouncing up in here over and over and over again, because it's weird. It's weird, but it's also kind of common in our society. Because dude was a big old shit talker. He talked shit constantly. Odds are, like myself, if you talk shit a lot, you're eventually going to get smacked. But why did a right-winger shoot him? Oh, well, I thank you, Reapy, but I'm not really trying to, like... Yeah, mostly it pisses him off and it's fun to do. Honestly, I'm just trying to savor and do deep builds here. I have actually, ever since Minecraft came out, I have never been to the end. Not even once. I've also never played on creative mode. Yeah, that too. Unfortunately, bills are the way they is, and I can't afford the realms or the thingy. I gotta play alone. Cursed to forever mine these depths of Moria. It's my PlayStation Network thing. I don't have a PlayStation Network account as of the moment, outside of what you're witnessing here. And I don't really have a, well, I don't have a a Microsoft account of any kind that I can find. So it's like, I would add you if I could, bud, but not really in the cards at the moment. Once I get flush with cash again and get my animals and bills taken care of, I'll get back on PlayStation Network. And then I will definitely add you, and you can come in here. So long as you promise not to murder me but while I'm busy building. Because this is hardcore mode, and I get skittish about people on my hardcore mode. One too many times playing with other players. Well, I haven't set it up. And I don't wanna, because it's been complicated so far. It keeps saying that I have an account, and then I'm like, okay, change password. And then it connects to a dead email. I'm sure there's a way around it, I just haven't gotten around it yet. And yes, I promise, once I actually get the PlayStation Network and all that shit going again, if you've got a PlayStation, or here in the coming days, since I got 2 weeks paid vacation coming my way at the moment, well, currently I'm sitting on it, so since I'm on my 2 weeks paid vacation, after I get all my running and business work done tomorrow, literally running, be about 14 miles total, I will, try to figure out how to set up the Minecraft or the Microsoft account. Because I've got my laptop, and it would be cool to be able to play Minecraft on both. See, that makes it so much easier if I could just get the PlayStation account running, right? I kind of dropped into Hannah's stream live, which is a fun one. If y'all want to go check out Hannah Reloaded, she's on YouTube as well. She's also doing a Charlie Kirk themed episode on Tinfoil Tuesday, Charlie Kirk conspiracies and more. Hannah's a much better variety streamer than I am. But I like to think that I'm getting better, at least improving marginally. But yeah, y'all. Like I said, just try to do what you can every day to make the world a little bit better, you know? And for God's sakes, just on a personal level, even if your opinion isn't a good one, stand by it enough to learn to change it, you know? Because the one thing I despised about some of the people that I got... Oh, thank you, Goku. But one of the things that annoys me about some of the people that I knew back in the day when working at other places is just the quickness of, yeah, I'm your buddy, I'm your friend, and then they rat you out to management the second they get the chance, because they think they got a chance to climb. Stand by your principles is all I'm saying, y'all. We've all done hypocritical things, and I will become a hypocrite before the end of it, I'm positive. Because acts of hypocrisy out of just, oops, those are fine, it happens. But if you know what you're doing, if someone friendly says like, hey brah, this ain't the way, and you still double down, triple down, you better have some good stats to back that up, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Because the only reason I'm quadrupling down on only good Nazi's a dead Nazi kind of thing is because we're kind of we're kind of goose stepping into fascism here. And I don't like that. It worries me very much because I know what the end result of that is. And if we fight World War III with our bombs, well, there will be no World War IV. And I hope that the whatever creature takes this Earth next decides to, you know, do better. But there's no reason we have to get there. We can change it, y'all, every day. Just talk to folks. Be nice to each other. Try to give the benefit of the doubt where you can. And work with people. Like I said, the only reason I can't work with old Glory Hole is because he absolutely refuses to work with anybody. You can ask Goku here. He was here for most of it. I offered, dude, wants to fight so bad? Fine, I'll fight you. Pick an arena. Set the date. You want the challenge, so you pick the arena, and then we'll fight. But it's not going to be in somebody's backyard, because I'm not picking up a petty assault charge. Just simple facts. We do it in an arena, and we're two adults participating in an adult activity. Perhaps the violence is not fun. Perhaps it is not something everyone can agree with. But we're two adults acting like adults. Oh my God, Reefy, how I would love to be a therapist, but that takes so much time and education. I would never call myself one, but that's what I try my best to try to do, is help people. And that's the thing, is genuinely, here's real talk here. Reading about Robert Sapolsky, I've read every book he's put out so far now, and reading about the human brain and how our brains work and chemically balance things. That's why I was willing to participate in the battle with Old Glory if he wanted to. But not the way he wanted to. We needed to meet in an arena, a proper one like Gold's Gym, Planet Fitness, Golden Gloves Boxing, something. Because then, we're two adults having fun. We're not angry political opponents beating the... No, we're two adults participating in a fun physical activity. And I wouldn't be aiming to cripple or kill him. I would be aiming to win the match. Nothing personal, just a match. But maybe I'm mentally broken for that. Where'd you see it? Don't mess with me like that, man. Those things are threatening. You messing with me? Did you see a creeper? Or are you referring to someone else? Rock Buddies. Hello, hello. I have been playing Minecraft since it first came out. It's cool, Reefy. Scared me a little. But, I've been playing Minecraft since it first came out. My friends got me into it back in Job Corps, and they all started making fun of me years later because, well, it's a kid's game. Dudes, we played it and I was 19 at the time. Just your average schizophrenic trying not to become paranoid, friends. That was kind of a mean joke, I'm sorry. Schizophrenia ain't really anything to joke about, I should know. But yeah, y'all. Like I said, just biggest thing I can say is just, yep, and y'all did that together. I didn't have a hand in that at all, and I'm proud of y'all. Reapy, I am 36 years young, sad as it is to say. And like I said, dudes, my best advice for you is be willing to be corrected. Be willing to be wrong. Because, y'all, we're all going to be wrong at some point. Yes, our brains, for some reason, associate it with the same feelings as pain, but it doesn't have to be. And much like even some degrees of physical pain, be wrong about things. Just correct yourself. And when you don't know something, rather than just running with the first thought that comes to mind, look it up. I mean, hell, we have the Library of Alexandretta in our pockets. And most of the time we use it to look up whack-off material and cat pictures. Yeah, I purposely said young for fun. And I thank you, Rock Buddies. I have been working on this... Oh, it says it right there. I've been working on this base for 48 days. I've been working on this game for about a year now. I heard it. Where'd it go? I increasingly get paranoid as the days go by because this game gets meaner as the days go by. They get sneakier. And I don't want to die. Oh, see what I mean by the sneakiness? See what I mean? Evil friggin' skeletons. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, fault, I need to put a roof here. Huh? I don't know, bruh. I figured you was messing with me for fun. I'm just not gonna worry about it. See, I know it'd be easier to build farms to keep my stuff safe, but I really should start building some farms to get food, because I really gotta quit scavenging outside. Eventually it's gonna get a lot more dangerous. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, you bastard. I see it. I'm just gonna avoid it. Is that door still closed? I really hope that door is still closed. Oh, okay. Good, good. We're safe. Was a skeleton and a creeper. And something's on fire nearby. I want the bone, I just don't want to get near the creeper. Do I have any more chests? I do not. I need to go downstairs to put some of this stuff away. Why is this game trying to kill me so hard right now for no reason? I didn't do nothing mean. I'm just building is all, y'all. I guess that's not true. I did kill a skeleton and a few zombies. Yep. Alrighty, y'all. Let's see if we can get... I'm just gonna build a new chest and put it in up here if I ain't got no space. Oh, tiny bit of space. I'll take it. Now let's go get that bone if it ain't despawned. You bastard. Okay, y'all. Here we go. This is like that Indiana Jones in the hat moment. Go quick, go quick, go quick, go quick, go quick. Ha! Bitch! At least I didn't die. He didn't... Well, he got me, but he didn't get me bad. Freaking creepers. Yeah, well, at least we didn't die and he didn't destroy the entire base. I was about to just turn and... Shit. Fun history about the creeper that I'm sure everyone here already knows, but I'm going to share it anyway. Did y'all know that the creeper was originally a cow, I believe, or a pig, that got corrupted in the process and now is the nightmare of almost every Minecraft player? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hard to say. I really like the way withers look, and I really, really like the newer mobs. Like, I'm loving the frogs when I get to see them in other playthroughs, and I'm liking the more unique stuff. Like, I liked when they added the flowers, because for so long it was just, you know, tiny yellow flowers or tiny red flowers, and now we're getting some, like, poof to it, you know? Some zazoos. I don't know, at this point I'm making mouth noises to try to make better words. I know what I can do. We'll build a base for up here and we will fill it with, like, picks and whatnot. Pigs are pretty cool. You can put saddles on, all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, they didn't get rid of that, did they? The mushroom biome? I loved that biome. I kinda hoping they were gonna expand on it further. You know, maybe have like an effect where it kinda grows around where it's going so it spreads. Hell, you could even make like a little mini game of it. it might just be a delay thing. Y'all almost got 400 comments in chat between the 4 of y'all. I'm very proud of y'all. Thank you for that. That's going to make this video like my most popular one ever. And we've only been going for, gotta readjust the 2 hours and 35 minutes so far. This is good, y'all. Hell, this is doing better than that stream when I argued with that bigot. But yeah. Why did I do that, y'all? I just said what I needed to do, and then I did the opposite. Like an idiot. There we go. Now we can just boop, boop, to a chest. Okay. Have I used it? No. So let's put it over there. And let's make some stuff. Because we also need to make some fencing for that. Aww. That should make it a lot easier for all of us to join together later, too, if y'all want to. I think Goku has my actual Minecraft handles, but give me just a second and I'll pull up the main stage so y'all can see it. I just gotta get a pick made, and then I'll put the rest of the picks away. Okay. Boop, 2, 3. Well, boo, I need to get more birchwood, clearly, but this ain't too bad. It almost looks more like a fence because it doesn't match, right? Y'all, I want to feel... I'm watching Hannah's stream with the thing on it, and I kind of want to feel bad for Charlie Kirk's wife, but it's like, we will not let our mission die. We will continue talking about how black people are unqualified for all positions. We will continue dog whistling. It's like, well, why are we proud of this? Let the mission change. Be better. Do better. You can. I mean, for God's sake, I've actually tried to remove using race as an actual thing in my dialogue, because they're not races, y'all. Like, real scientific talk here from my fellas in chat. Y'all, when you talk about Japanese people, Chinese people, Taiwanese people, American people, black people, white people, yellow people, whatever, you're talking about ethnicity. Race is the difference between Homo phalangeus, Homo neanderthalis. It's the difference between the other variations of our species. But as far as, like, what race you see around us, y'all, I hate to tell you, but we're the last ones left. Homo neanderthalis kind of blended into us from best cases that we've seen. For that, check out Gutsick Gibbon on... Sorry, I want to get that one right. For that one, check out Gutsick Gibbon here on YouTube, also known as Erica. She's really cool and really smart. But yeah, she also does a lot of the human evolution things. And y'all, that's what I'm telling you. Race is an outdated term. We need to start removing it from our vocabulary so we can stop all these dog whistling people. Because, truth be told, we've got... Yep, you got it, Goku. But it's like... Okay, dude. Ah, sweet. But... But yeah, y'all, it's just... If we could, as a society, because at this point it don't really matter if the colleges and all that agree with us, it just sort of matters what we, the people, do. Now, yeah, it'd take a while for it to catch on, I think, but if we just stop calling each other by race and start calling it ethnicity, it'd be an easy and fun, smart little way to start, one, pissing off the racist real bad, but also maybe start the healing process from all these traumatic years of just being dicks to each other for no reason. That's it. I don't know, y'all. I try to speak for everybody. Well, not for everybody. I try to speak to everybody. I try to be that guy, that man on the street. But understand, I'm also a bit mad. And I do my very... Not mad as in angry. Mad as in off. Insane. But I do my very best. And my only goal is to see y'all do better. And for me to do better. Welcome back, Goku. And I do think we can achieve that together. But only if we work together, because no one group is going to be able to do it exclusively. Because if they do it exclusively, it won't help the other groups. That's the, what you call it, the cat's paw of human nature, I suppose. Cat's paw referring to something that like Stephen King and other writers have written about, but the mythical term being you give something and it triggers something to trap you. Race seems to be one of those cat's paws. Because we just... I don't know. I don't want us to go back to the color blindness of the 90s, because that isn't the correct solution either. But we got to do something, y'all. Because right now, at least in my case, I don't know where everyone is specifically. Just in case, we got 5 people in here right now, and I know at least 1 or 2 of these neo-Nazi bigoted cunts are hunting for me, so don't give up your locations. But I don't know where everyone's from, personally. But here in America right now, we're burning this fucker down, it seems. And I hate it. It feels like we could do so much better. But I don't know. Y'all seem to be in the middle of something, and I'm getting real, like, just EP myself. Just, sorry, sleepy. I'm getting exhausted, tired, you know. So... I'm not signing off yet. What's going on? Oh, oh, you're from Spain. Never mind. My bad. I thought y'all were like talking about you were on the game together. If you were on your game together, then I'm gonna be good. But yeah, I wanted to make sure y'all had gotten all your business out to where you could still talk to each other before I sign off and stuff. So no rush. I'm still going to be fucking around, I'm probably going to start getting a little bit quieter. And just let me know when y'all's is good. Just all caps, hey, we got our shit sorted. Alright? And for the record, I don't mean for that to sound rude if it sounded rude. I'm here to burn, like, assholes, not you guys. I like my chat. Very big fan of chat around here. Till the chat gets aggressive on me. Oh, you all good now? Everybody good? Whee! Alright, well in that case, if everybody's good, I very much appreciate y'all. The running joke on the channel is that this game will never ever let me have my emotes set correctly. Y'all do your thing. I'm going to set my emotes right quick. Just give me the final go, because I like to do the whole wave and sign off thing. Oh, that one costs money. I don't want to buy new things for this. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let's just dance it out. Everybody good? Alright, sweet. Y'all be good. Take care of each other. Continue having fun without me around, okay? And see y'all on the next one. I'll probably do a bit of an early morning stream, but it'll be a shorter one. And Long Tails, is that one of y'all in chat? Either way, I'm about to respond and say hi to them. Y'all have a good night. Bye, Reapy. Bye, Goku. Y'all be good. Oh, that's fine, y'all. Y'all be good. Bye. No worry, Goku. I don't expect anyone to be up when I'm doing in the early mornings. But, bye, y'all. Bye.